Freedom and beauty to everyone. I am the Technomage and welcome to my review of Amazon The Rings of Power Episode 4, The Eldest. And how did I let so much time pass by? This is my review for Episode 4. That was 2 weeks ago. What was I thinking? First that I was kind of busy, then I had time, but I was just too lazy to do this. Oh, and I still have 2 reviews for... I still back up 2 reviews for Terminator Zero as well. Oh, I better just get on with it. So, in the last episode, we were left with Gil-galad forming this group, finally, to go after Sauron. Finally, he realized the danger that Sauron and the rings represent, and he puts Elrond in charge of the group. But of course, Galadriel is not happy with this because she cannot stand not be in charge and always in the right. And she uses every opportunity that she can get to defy Elrond's authority. And by the way, these are the other members of this Elvish Special Forces group. Wow, much diversity. Am I right? Anyway, Elrond says we're going this way, but Galadriel says no, we're going this way because I know better than you. By the way, how does she know better? Because she is still using that damn ring. The ring made by Sauron, remember? So anyway, there's also this, but I'm going to talk about this later. Let's focus on Galadriel and this group. Of course, Galadriel is proven right that they should have taken the other way because they get attacked by these specters. Whites, I think was the term. Luckily, Elrond remembers that to kill them you have to use the weapons they were buried with. But of course, this was only to prove Galadriel right, that she had the right idea of going the other way. And then, while they are mourning their fallen comrade, Galadriel just uses the opportunity to tell Elrond, I know more than you, I am right, you are wrong.
Everything we stand protecting that.
And she keeps putting all of her hopes in that ring.
Elrond, you will put opposing Sauron above all other considerations.
But I swear to you, defeating Sauron will come first.
She's barely recognizing that she may be influenced by Sauron, but it's still not like, because if she really had really take this seriously, she actually wouldn't be there. Anyway, they arrive to Eregion, and one of their group is shot by this orcish arrow, and she uses the power of the ring to kill him. Then she gives the ring to Elrond, and oh my god, we have this scene. Seeing that its only purpose is to show how much of a gearbox Galadriel is.
Herself to save us all.
I mean, she is outnumbered by like 30 or 50 orcs. Like, she's completely surrounded. And the orcs, most of the great majority, does nothing. They're just either standing there or just waving their hands above their heads in the air like bloody putties from the Power Rangers. And they have arrows and bows. We saw they have bows and arrows. Why are they not shooting her? Shoot her! But anyway, this scene is just to show how much powerful than everybody else Galadriel is, how she is the bestest ever. But Galadriel, Elrond, so through her ruse, she did all to save the ring. And then she encounters Adar. And he talks to her in Kenya, and he calls her a supposedly very old name, like a nickname that Galadriel was known as. And this has led to what little actual Tolkien fans are left on this show, that Adar is, there's a high chance that he is actually Celeborn, Galadriel's husband, who, by the way, should be there, because by now, by the Second Age, Galadriel should be married to Celeborn, and they should have already their daughter, Celebrian, who, by the way, is Elrond's wife and Arwen's mother. But of course, we cannot have that. We cannot take agency away from Galadriel, have her married to a husband and with children. No. She has to be a lone wolf, a girl boss. By the way, this isn't the only lore breaking point. Oh no, there's more here. The last that we saw about the wizard, he sent Nori and Poppy flying away, and he meets this character, who this series is trying to make us think that this man
back in the Windy Window, folk used to call me Bombadil. Tom Bombadil.
Is Tom Bombadil. And who is Tom Bombadil, may you ask? Well, you have to be a real Tolkien fan to know about him. I had to do a little research, but a little research was all I needed to know who he was. Obviously, the producers of the series did not do that minimum study. Tom Bombadil is one of the most mysterious characters in the Tolkien Legendarium, and Tolkien left it like that on purpose to let Tom Bombadil be mysterious. But for what I could gather, Tom Bombadil is not only one of the most mysterious characters in Tolkien Legendarium, he's also one of the most powerful. And I mean powerful. As I said, Tolkien never completely exactly explained who Tom Bombadil was, what he was. But the fans theorized that Tom Bombadil is either a god at the level of Eru Ilúvatar. That's why one of his main powers is the magic of his singing, of his voice. He can achieve whatever outcome he desires by singing. So maybe he has the power of the great music that Eru Ilúvatar used to create the universe. Or he's like the opposite of Eru Ilúvatar, where Eru Ilúvatar, the god creator of the world, was so interested in the universe that he created the universe. Tom Bombadil doesn't care about the world. He doesn't get himself mixed with the affairs of the mortals, with elves, men, dwarves, halflings, hobbits, all of them. He just lives on his own. Or maybe he's a representation of, like, an embodiment of the entire universe. Nobody knows. But they want us to make us believe that this man is Tom Bombadil. Well, first of all, as you saw, this man is almost as tall as the wizard. Here to see them both side by side. And to see that they are almost the same height. Tom Bombadil is supposed to be short, like really short. The man is supposed to be almost the height of a hobbit, or even shorter. But anyway, the only reason they included Tom Bombadil on this episode was to have him be a plot device, to give us an enormous exposition dump. And he just talks and talks and talks and talks, giving an enormous amount of exposition, which, by the way, breaks the lore because Tom Bombadil is not supposed to, as I said, get mixed in the affairs of the mortals. He lives alone. Well, he has a wife actually, but you know what I mean. He doesn't interfere. And here we have him interfering, giving this enormous plot dump, exposition dump on the wizard to explain the universe to him. And they also are trying to let us know that he is the one who will teach the wizard to how to control his magic. And this is the last we see of either of them for the rest of the episode. And meanwhile, we have Nori and Poppy who encountered this other Harfoot and this other village of Harfoots that they didn't know they existed. They call this them the Stur. And at the beginning, they are not happy of having them there at all. As a matter of fact, they take them prisoners. Where were they? Here they are. But then they discover that Poppy's group is actually an offshoot of this community. That some kind of prophet had a vision of a place they called the Susat, which was a green place with.
When he did, he'd send someone back to gather. Struck out one year with a caravan of followers to find water and rolling hills so soft.
A rolling hill so soft, a family will dig a hole
and live in it in less than a month.
And live in less than a month. See where I'm going? This is the Shire. Apparently, the hobbits, the proto-hobbits, had a prophecy about the Shire. And Poppy's group was supposed to find it. And by the way, these Stur are a very diverse and inclusive bunch. I mean, look at this. Too bad all of them are going to go extinct because, as we saw on the Peter Jackson trilogy, all of the hobbits in the Shire are Europeans. So all of these inclusive and diverse Sturs, proto-hobbits, are evolutionary dead ends. Ooh. How sad. And the other that we have was Arondir, Elendil, and Isildur. And they just went out to get Isildur's horse, and they discovered that this girl that they met on the last episode, to rescue Theo, and they discovered that this girl they met on the last episode was actually with a member of the Savages, but she wanted to break free. And they met a couple of ends, and honestly, their little storyline went nowhere. And that's basically this episode. There's just one long, boring exposition dump, just talking and talking and talking and explaining and telling us the universe of, what is happening on this world instead of just showing. They just talk, and talk. That's it. But trust me, next episode is going to be worse than this. So this is the Technomage signing off. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.